Our next contest will be fought at under 73 kilograms. Please welcome our first fighter making his way to the blue corner, representing the United Kingdom, Grant OGBORNE.
I want Grant Waterman just to introduce everything in my life.
Yeah.
Confident and charismatic. Grant OGBORNE makes the move tonight. Now he must seize this opportunity ahead of him. 2 fights on Ilia Topuria wild promotion didn't go his way, and he spoke this week about the adjustments he's made in recent months. Grant brings an exciting style, but does he need to be more calculated in the exchanges moving forward in his career?
Absolutely, he does have quite the flashy style, throws a lot of spinning shots, and this, as we know, with risky movements comes big risk. You're going to take those shots, but 3 of his 4 wins coming by way of KO and TKO. Obviously, it pays off for him, so who knows if he's going to stick with that or he's going to move on. He is 30 years old. It's time to get moving.
Yeah, I love his nickname, OGBORNE. And the music as well.
Yeah, boys, sit down, stop dancing. We've got a job to do here. Come on. But it is tune of the night thus far.
This is tune of the night. I remember in our last show, one of the coaches put on It's Raining Men and did not tell his athlete. So unbeknown to him, he had to walk out to It's Raining
That's
Men.
exactly what you want sprung on you just before you walk
Gets you
into
going.
the cage. Well, Grant OGBORNE puts on a serious face as he enters the 971 cage.
He's another guy I was watching in the hotel over the week, getting prepared for this fight, and he looked super relaxed. So I think he's relishing this stage, being in Dubai, and you know, the fight that he has ahead doesn't seem to have fazed him much.
Fighter making his way to the red corner, representing Palestine, YAZAN Al-Makti Flynn.
Our second representative of the 971 gym here tonight is a striking specialist, YAZAN, who's traveled the world refining his combat skills, spending time in places like Thailand, where he spent time with one half of our main event in Mohammed Makhem in recent years. But we haven't been able to fully enjoy the fruit of that labor. Close to 18 months since his pro debut, YAZAN makes the walk for the 2nd time as a pro, determined to get the job done within the distance. Do you think that long layoff is going to help him or hinder him?
I mean, he's going to have to show us, right? I mean, he's a Muay Thai specialist. He trains locally here, so a lot of people have spoken to speak very highly of what he's capable of and the evolution in his style since his last fight. So I'm keen to see what he has to offer.
I've seen YAZAN in the gym, and he is a hard worker. This guy lives and breathes MMA. There's no day job for him. This is what he's doing. His stand-up style, though we call it Muay Thai, you'll notice it's a very hybrid striking style. Doesn't sit the hips forward, doesn't keep a square stance, very athletic, beautiful movement, beautiful balance. One of those striking styles that's a pleasure to watch.
Do you think the long layoff has frustrated him?
I don't know if it's frustrated because it's an allowance to grow, you know, and he hasn't wasted that time.
Let's take a look at our tail of the tape, our second fight of the evening. YAZAN against Grant OGBORNE. 4 years in age difference, few centimeters.
This fighter stands 180 centimeters tall. He weighed in at 72 kilograms. He has a record of 4 wins with 3 losses. He represents the United Kingdom. He is Grant OGBORNE. And fighting out of the red corner. This fighter stands 185 centimeters tall. He weighed in at 72.5 kilograms. He has a record of 1 win with no losses. He represents Palestine. He is YAZAN Al-Maxi Flynn. The referee in charge of the action is Herb Dean.
Veteran referee Herb Dean making his first assignment of the night.
One of the best in the business here at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai. We are underway here. YAZAN Yabber in the grey, Grant Ogborne in the white.
A smile on the face of YAZAN JABER.
Forward pressure early here from Oggy.
Oggy had an intense look in his eyes, didn't he, before they touched gloves?
Got that southpaw versus orthodox matchup. It's going to be a battle for that lead foot position. Each fighter trying to stay outside the lead foot of their opponent, opening up that rear power side. Up now, YAZAN
Switch stance, yeah.
Many have talked about the striking power of Yabber, and you can see the guy is built out of muscle.
Yeah. And all of it's applicable. There's no wasted muscle there.
Grant Ogborne not intimidated though.
Eye on that rear leg from the southpaw stance of YAZAN JABER.
Grant Ogborne trying to put some pressure on here early. A little finger in the eye, I think. Herb Dean calls a timeout.
Definitely not on purpose, inadvertent. Sometimes it just happens in the scrambles.
No reprimanding from Herb Dean, but just giving Grant a moment to recover.
Gloves here at 9-7-1. Gate that though. That's how the hand is at a relaxed position, curved in, not held open.
Back underway here in the Dubai.
For some of the more casual fans as well, you raise a good point there, Carl. Gloves have been a controversial issue across MMA for the last few years, mostly because of, as we just saw there, eye pokes. So when guys are leading their hands out, you know, to block.
Chipped with the lead hook, stumbles and buckles the legs of Ogborne.
And Yabber looks for the takedown.
He's got to watch that neck a little
trying to
bit.
defend him, but yet
We're
like a Marcellatine choke here.
has the arm wrapped around
Jabber's
the neck
trying
of
to pass the
Yabber.
legs.
And Yabber may be in trouble here.
He got a little bit overzealous there.
Ogborne using
He's
the
lost
cage.
the grip. He's lost the grip. Lost the grip on the choke. Right hand is off. Still a lot of pressure on the neck, but couldn't finish it.
And it seemed like Yabber got a little overzealous there.
Yeah, got a little excited.
Again, he's 1-0 as a pro, his second professional fight. That will come with experience. So that might be a learning point for him.
I was surprised to see him shoot in. I mean, his bread and butter really is his striking. So to shoot in while he's got a guy stunned was a bit of a surprise.
Trying to find his way into mount here.
Stay in the half guard and get to work from here.
But he's found himself in a nice position here.
Definitely dominance.
Moment of danger early on, and he survived that. Everything a learning curve for this fighter.
I'd like to see Ogborne turn the other way in that position. I mean, now he's offering up his back.
Back and the arm bar
Yeah.
if Jabber clears that left leg out of
Jabber
the
could
guard.
just establish that seatbelt position. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice inversion there.
Back to full guard.
Tough
Ogborne
position
back
to be
safe.
there. He can use the elevation off the cage there.
Not allowed to hook the toes within the cage, though he can press off of it. He cannot hook the toes within the cage links.
Halfway through our opening round. Yabber
Position there.
just moving to that top position very nicely, and he's really putting pressure on.
Typically in jiu-jitsu, you know, you'd want to see a lot of guys who'd be eager to pass the guard and get to side control, but you know, for MMA, half guard is such an effective position. From top, I'm talking. You'd see Khabib, Islam, guys like that who just go to half guard and stay there, control one of the wrists and just rain punches down. So maybe Jabber we might start to see that from him here.
What does Grant need to do in this position?
It looks like he needs to get to his feet because at the moment he's struggling to control the hands of Jabber, and really in the position he's in, he needs to get his back away from the cage because it's going to be difficult for him to move in that position, and also it serves like a plate almost for the punches of Jabber. You know, his head's right against it.
Grant just trying to find the hips with his feet to cause some release.
Attempted to get up there for a triangle choke, trying to pull down on the head of Jabber, but good luck with that. Jabber saying pass to round to side control now.
So much pressure coming forward here from Yabber. This is a great performance.
What's going to make it difficult, Jabber's got a nice underhook on the far side. Now we're seeing, okay, now we're getting up to turtle position.
Giving up the back though. Jabber started.
Yeah, he needs to get a little bit tighter. He comes off enough space to get the hooks in.
Dean watching this one very closely.
Now
There's one. Now, I'd like to see Oggy try and get his back towards the cage. If he's going to try and stand up, try and get his back towards the cage, that's the problem. 2 hooks in.
50 seconds left in this round. A lot of distance to go here for Grant Osborne.
Yeah, so if Oggy can get to his feet and start turning his back towards the cage, he can try and peel him off. That's not what I would do.
40 seconds left, his back is given up.
Let's see if he can survive.
he's got the time.
Can't quite see if those hands are locked under the chin. YAZAN YABER with a beautiful performance here.
Oggy's doing a great job of hand fighting though. I think he'll survive this.
20 seconds is a short time to get that choke in.
Getting
He's starting to get his shoulders to the mat now, turning back in. Could end up in the full
up on
guard.
top. Here we go.
Lovely work there from Grant. Closing out this round in the top position.
Bit of a mental win there for Ogborne to reverse that position and end the round on top.
And I'm glad he did, because I said he was going to survive. So
round 1 in the books. And look, you've got to give that one to YABER, but Grant ending that one on a high. He'll take some confidence from that moving into the second round.
Looks like the body language in the corner here is much more tired from Ogborne. Hands were up on the side of the cage there immediately.
Oggy just looks annoyed with himself almost.
How tiring is that position for Grant Osborne? How much energy did it take out of you defending everything that YABER was doing?
It's definitely tough, because he was, like I said, on his back, kind of pushed up against the cage. So you're absorbing punches whilst you're also trying to think of how you're going to escape the
This is
position.
the replay. This is where YABER rushed in, a little bit overzealous.
Yes.
And he gave his neck up. Ogborne had an opening here, but it's when they went to ground, and ultimately YABER would find himself in the dominant position.
This is why I think he was frustrated going back to his corner, because he'll know I had that submission. You know, I had that position, but I finished, you know, most of the rest of the round with a guy on my back.
And as the fight goes on, chances of those submissions do diminish with how slippery they become.
So now, what I'd like to see from Oggy maybe is to not come out guns a-blazing right away and let the emotion get the better of him, but just to take his time and do what he was doing earlier in the first round.
Dean just having a word there.
Not sure what he was talking about though. Maybe the toes in the fence that he was given a warning for.
Nonetheless, second round about to get underway here. And Grant Osborne will want to not get into the position he was in for the majority of round number 2. You've got to give first round, I think, to YAZAN YABER. Grant Osborne will look for a comeback here in round number 2.
Nice to see the grappling from Jabber as well. And again, another shot. You know, obviously, very well celebrated striker, but we're seeing some nice grappling from him as well.
YABER goes straight to ground here. Grant just trying to find his way into it, keep himself standing.
Jabber very persistent on that single leg, switching legs even. Got to keep that head up a little bit though. Now his back is definitely at risk.
Yeah. But he's got control of that leg. If he keeps driving into that leg, the problem is now he's up against the cage, so there's not much more space to drive into.
Hook for Ogborne, but that leg is definitely what saved him.
I think he'll shuck him off here, yeah. If he stands up, he can shuck off that arm.
Oggy looks calm there on the ground.
If Oggy inverts a little bit more, he does have the arm bar at risk. Complaining about a bit of a glove grab.
Maybe that's what Herb was talking to him about.
Knee in the
Knee
face.
we're hearing, yeah.
Was it a strike or was it just putting the knee on the face?
That can be difficult as well,
yeah,
because he could be looking to get like his knee right into the sternum to pin him.
Or even knee on collarbone.
Exactly, but you know, they're moving so quickly, it's very slippery, it's possible that that could have been an accident. I don't know if you picked that up on the microphone, but experienced OG veteran Grant Waterman telling us exactly what we need to hear about this fight.
I think Grant will recover from this. I don't see this being something where he's going to take over the 5 minutes.
Herb giving him some time to recover here.
He does have a full 5 minutes. That's where you see the clock there counting at the bottom of the screen, folks.
Do you think Grant will be wise to take some of that after such a heavy first round?
I mean, recovery is good, but also recovery is good for your opponent, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
That's true. I think after the first round and the heavy grappling from bottom, if I was Oggy, I'd take my time.
Oggy does seem calm coming into this second round. He wasn't disheartened by having his back to the ground so much in that opening round. He seems like, I think that's the experience that's coming in.
Yeah, he's been in those positions, whether it's in the gym or competition. We all make mistakes.
Herb summoning YABER.
Determined look in his eyes again.
Always nice when you have those veteran referees like Herb and Mark Goddard.
Just taking his time here. Again, he's one of, if not the best in the business, setting things straight. And here we go. Round 2 back underway here at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai. We got YAZAN Yaber in the grey, Grant OGBORNE in the white.
Switch of stance again for Jabber.
Seamless. It doesn't seem to favor either stance really either. Very, very difficult to read as an opponent. Defensive patterns change, offensive patterns change.
Yeah. But interestingly, each time he's switched back to orthodox is when Oggy's stepped to the outside. So he identifies, he needs to adjust.
Lovely flurry of strikes coming here from Grant.
Very surprised to see how intent Jabber is on shooting the takedown. I really thought he would stand and bang a bit more.
But do you think that's because he had such success in the opening round?
It could be, or he might just maybe have some inside info where he thinks that his grappling is better. They might be quite competitive on the feet.
Well, Yaber does go to ground, but Oggy gets to the top position.
And maybe sometimes, a lot of fighters do this. When people expect them to do striking or grappling, they'll do the opposite.
Very good point, flipping the script.
It's either trying to catch their opponent off guard or a little bit of, I want to show the world what else I can do.
Oggy just trying to find some elbows here.
Not quite as active on the top as Jabber was.
I think he's looking for some damage. I mean, he's going for the head. Elbows trying to come through and cause some significant damage.
I think there's also a bit of urgency about winning the round as
Transitioning to the back now. He's got both hooks in. He does have Jabber stretched out.
Beautiful position here from Grant. Hammer fist coming down. Yaber not doing much to defend here. Gives up his neck.
This could be one of the worst positions he would be in anyway.
Yep.
Flattened out.
That neck is under.
That choke is in.
Hand is behind the head.
Tight.
That's it.
Oggy gets the win. What a performance. A beautiful comeback after a disappointing first round. But Grant, OGBORNE gets it done here in Dubai.
You can see he's shouting at the cameras and the crowds. I think he knew he was disappointed with how that first round went and he just wanted to make a point.
What was impressive about Grant was, despite him not going his way in the opening round, he kept his composure, he was calculating, and he found the finish.
It takes a lot to do that. It takes a great deal. Walking through the replay here, you can see he sinks that right under the neck, hand behind the head. Jabber couldn't have reached it if he tried.
But there didn't be much defense here coming back from Yaber. Is he exhausted? Is he just not experiencing it?
It's very tough in that position.
Yeah.
Once you get flattened out like that, I mean,
you can feel that hand behind your head. When that hand goes behind your head, when that rear naked choke is locked all the way in, you're pretty much 99%
your breathing's
done.
already compromised being flattened out like that. You're thinking, is a punch about to land because you can't see where it's coming from, and then the arm goes under the neck and suddenly then it's too late.
Well, no doubt we'll see a lot more from YAZAN Yaber. Strong performance from him, but tonight goes the way of Grant OGBORNE. Let's get to Grant and make this one official. Waiting for the official decision because YAZAN Yaber is just receiving some medical attention in the corner.
That might explain also, as you were saying, you didn't see any defense. He may have picked up an injury or a small knock.
Getting the oxygen on him.
Yeah.
Very, very bad adrenaline dump perhaps. He might have thought he had something there in the first round and kind of blown it all out.
Yeah, he looks okay. He's breathing, but certainly I think that stoppage had more to it than just the back being taken.
Yeah, there wasn't much activity there. He did try to posture up the one time, got to full turtle position, instantly stretched back out again. We do wish him the best. Obviously, medical treatment, top notch here.
And like we said, look, he hasn't fought in a while. It's, it's a tall order when you're having a return fight like this on such a big stage.
But for a fighter at that stage in his career, this is his second professional fight. We saw glimpses of what is a very skilled fighter, particularly in the opening round.
And I mean, for your second pro fight, I mean, there's some fighters who would, still be fighting in gym halls, through Europe or North America. To be on a stage like this is such a huge, undertaking for him.
Great to see YAZAN Yaber responding well, talking to his coaches. As I say, the medical team here, just like everything about this week for 971 FCs, has been first class.
Top notch. Fighter first organization. That's just, and you just don't see that much anymore.
And I think that's a point I want to keep talking about throughout the night. Is it is a fighters first organization. We've seen it in every part of this promotion so far, be it through the medical teams that they brought in, the productions that are here, that they have for the fighters pre and post fight that we know is going to be coming up later. It's about putting these guys as the priority first.
And do you think that that can only come from someone like Munir, who's fought at the highest level and has had the experiences? He knows what fighters want, what they don't want.
Yeah. I think Munir will have seen how it's done right fighting in the UFC, but you know, he'll know, I won't say what's done wrong, but what more can be done for the fighters.
YAZAN Yaber is on his feet. Great to see. It was a wonderful performance from Oggy, who will now get his hand raised. Let's hand over now to our MC, Grant Walton.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes 21 seconds of the second round, we have a winner by way of a submission. Declaring your winner, Grant Oggy OGBORNE.
Oggy picks up the win in the second round, 5th professional victory of his career. Plenty more we will be seeing of him, no doubt, in the future.